So I was in the middle of some Whole30 food prep and figured I should pull my camera out and video it for you guys. We are kind of taking the slow route to starting our Whole30. We are not just jumping in. My husband wants to start sometime mid-October, but I'm ready to start transitioning my cooking that direction right now. I don't want to buy any more groceries that are not Whole30 compliant, so I'm just kind of we're slowly eating up the rest of the stuff that we have in the house and just starting to cook and buy the groceries that are Whole30 compliant. I made scrambled eggs for breakfast and I don't have ghee yet, so I just used butter, but we had it with a sweet potato bacon hash, and sweet potato apple bacon hash, and scrambled eggs, and so it's almost Whole30 compliant. We're just kind of taking baby steps in that direction. So my plan for food prep is I'm gonna have a couple things that I do nearly every day, as long as I need to. I think for breakfast time, I'm going to prep a big bunch of fruit, like cut up melons and apples and different things, which is what I did this morning. Did you want to say hi? Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Where are you? You keep going the wrong direction. There you are. Hi. So like I cut up a half of a cantaloupe and an apple and a peach this morning, and everyone's eaten on it, but there's still a little left, so it's sitting in a bowl on the counter over here, and everyone will keep munching on it whenever they need snacks. And then at lunchtime, I want to prep like veggies. The kids love raw cut up veggies a lot more than they liked cooked veggies. So, I mean, they will just munch on carrots and peppers and cucumbers all day long. So I want to try to have a bowl of raw veggies cut up and on the counter for just munching on throughout the day. So I'm going to plan to do that around lunchtime, and so it's ready for the rest of the day. So here's my leftover fruit bowl that the kids need to finish up here pretty soon, and here's all of our veggies, and it's possible the kids and, you know, my husband and I will eat all of this stuff throughout the day, but if there's some left over, I'll just pull out the same, you know, bowl from the day before. But I have a feeling I'll need to be doing some veggie prep every day around lunchtime. Then now I'm going to be working on making a big batch of pico de gallo. It's great just to throw on almost everything. Probably do some baked potatoes, and having some pico de gallo to throw on top is really nice. So that is what I'm going to be working on next. I got my pico de gallo finished. I had one orange tomato. It sure makes it look so pretty. I was out of cilantro today, so I didn't get to put cilantro in it, but it'll still be delicious. I'm going to do a batch of Whole30 mayo, and you do want to have your egg at room temperature when you start, but if you don't want to pull your egg out ahead of time, or if you forget, you can run it under warm water for a little bit. I just like to stick it in a little cup of warm water for a few minutes, and then it is pretty much at room temperature. Here's my finished mayo. It came out nice and thick. Sometimes it doesn't come out as thick, but this time it was perfect. So we don't eat a lot of mayo just straight as mayo. We just use it as a base for sauces. I'm going to make two sauces out of this. I'm going to do a tartar sauce that I make with our homemade fermented pickles that I chop up and add like a tablespoon of pickle juice. And I'll use half of this, which is a little less than a cup. And that'll be our tartar sauce for any fish that we have. And then the rest of it I'm going to mix with some chili powder and garlic, onion, salt, pepper. I think that's about it. And that'll be a nice creamy sauce that we'll use like to drizzle on top of baked potatoes. It's kind of nice when you don't have a sour cream. And it's also a nice dipping sauce for like chicken strips or anything like that. So that is what I'm going to do with this. I am going to make another batch of mayo probably soon because I want to make a batch of sweet potato salad. I don't know if I'll get to that today, but that is one of my absolute favorite salads. I have a video on it. I will link up in the cards. I'm gonna do a big batch of baked potatoes, and we will eat some of them as the baked potatoes with like the pico de gallo and the nice spicy sauce I made. But then it's always nice to have some cooked potatoes in the fridge. You can chop them up and put them into hashes in the morning, or you can put them into potato soup, or you can chop them up and toss them with veggies and some oil and spices and do roasted potatoes and veggies. There's so many options, and it's just nice to have a big batch of them cooked in the fridge. So I'm gonna go ahead and cook these potatoes and let them start cooling off. And then in the Instant Pot, I'm going to start a batch of broth. Here's what I'm making for dinner tonight. Just some lemon pepper chicken legs with some roasted carrots, and we'll have it with the baked potatoes and probably some of the cut up raw veggies that I showed you earlier. The baked potatoes just finished, and I am letting them cool, and now I'm getting my broth going. I do have a video both on the potatoes and the broth, which I will link to up in the cards. But I'm gonna get this broth cooking, and once it's cooled and everything, probably tomorrow, I will make some soup bases. I have a video on that as well. I like to use soup bases in my Instant Pot to make quick soups. I can just throw a frozen soup base in the Instant Pot with either potatoes or beans, not beans on Whole30, but normally some beans, or any kind of meat, and just throw together a soup really, really fast. So I like to have lots of those soup bases in the freezer ready to go, and I just used my last one a couple days ago. So I need to get another big batch of those going. Here's what dinner looks like. I got my lemon pepper chicken, my roasted carrots that turned out beautifully, a little bit of baked potato with pico de gallo and some of the spicy sauce, and then we got raw veggies to munch on as well.